evening, everyone. Welcome. We're so glad you guys are here for Stage Right 2018-19.
And before we launch into the exciting show that we have to share for you, we want to transform the atmosphere by doing a very Stage Right-esque experiment with you all. So as you came in, you all were given cards and asked to write about transformation, which is our theme this year for Stage Right. We've gone in and up and around the concept of transformation, as you will see as the students share their writing with you. But what we want to hear from you. We want to hear, what is your transformation, with thoughts on transformation. So look at your card and what you wrote, and pick either a word or a phrase, and we'll all just shout them out and fill the room with this transformation energy. And don't be shy.
Evolution.
Evolution.
Change.
Mindset.
Renewal.
Better form of being.
Rebirth.
Change for the better.
Ideas.
That was great, guys. Thank you so much for participating in that with us. That's just sort of an example of the type of activity that we might see in a Stage Right class. A lot of times we'll go in and offer some sort of prompt that the students will then play around with for a few minutes, and maybe we'll switch it up and give them another prompt right after that. And another thing that it does is it sort of gets us out of our comfort zone and sort of helps build community. So we were hoping to try and transform our relationship a little bit by establishing a little bit of community. And to further establish our relationship, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Matt Polson. I'm the videographer for Stage Right.
Hello, I'm Heather Falks, and I'm a Stage Right instructor.
Hi, I'm Desiree Dabney, and I'm a Stage Right instructor.
Hi, I'm Maura Burrows, and I'm also a Stage Right instructor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Katrina Carroll Lewis, and I am a Stage Right instructor.
I'm also a Stage Right instructor. My name is Lane Satterfield, and I'm Director of Education for Cadence Theater as well.
Heather is going to talk a little bit about how we approach this process. Heather.
Thank you. We were in the schools Open, Armstrong, Witt, John Marshall, and Huguenots. Sorry, I missed out on that one. And Huguenot from October until tonight. And we work with three major components. First one is workforce readiness. We have our wonderful Capital One volunteers that come in and conduct mock interviews. We also deal with resume writing. We also are working with financial literacy this year, which is a really wonderful addition to our programming. In addition to that, we're also working on those essential skills, those communication skills like eye contact, open body language, diction, projection, and holding yourself with confidence. And last but certainly not least is our creative writing component. And we give prompts to the students based on the theme, and that's transformation this year. So everything you hear tonight is student written and is coming straight from their heart.
Before we get to the big show, we also just want to thank our sponsors. All right. Capital One. The E. Rose and Leona B. Carpenter Foundation. Virginia Rep. Richmond Public School. Lynn and Jay Schwartz. And Anonymous.
Also, Stage Right could not happen with a ton of other people other than those of us who are here and our students. So those include the teachers and the principals and the Armstrong Leadership Program and communities. And, communities in schools, the Cadence Board of Directors, and of course the students who are going to blow you away.
Stage Right students, are you ready? All right, without further ado, may we present Stage Right.
you change. Don't remember anything, I'm gonna rearrange. Even though I feel strange, I went from happy to enraged. Yeah, I went from enraged to insane. I might be insane, sane in the membrane. What it look like, I might need to add grease. What it look like, can't go from calm, still bubble up and stand still. Hope I just showed y'all change for real. Hope I just showed y'all change for real. Transformation.
The bridge binds you with acceptance. The bridge is a rainbow. It's made of a million little emotions. It covers the insecurities we have. To get across, you must own and love who you are, and love and acknowledge your insecurities.
My bridge begins in the belief in my goal. I walk the change and it ends in accomplishment. I believe I can make the necessary change in my life to take care of my family.
My bridge is made of colorful lie detector plates. It connects the bad world and good. Underneath are all the things people fear.
My bridge is really fragile right now. If I'm not careful, it can fall.
The bridge is made with chicken nuggets. I went to Polynesia, and then I paid for it with my card.
Hey, big bro. I swear I love everything about you. But I want to be my own person. That's why my bridge is a journey. On one side is me trying to base myself off the person that you are. In the middle is realization and understanding. I realize that we are two different people and I can never be you. On the other side of my bridge is my final form. I can finally use the word me and mean it. And even though the people under my bridge compare me to you every single day, I came to the conclusion that they're under my bridge for a reason.
My bridge is like stepping on an escalator. I just step on and keep moving to the top. Even though that escalator slows down sometimes, it never stops. At the top will be the beginning of my life as an independent person. Underneath are all the things that tried to bring me down.
When I was younger, my bridge was made of Legos. I remember in 3rd grade, I got in trouble for drawing 2 dinosaurs fighting because I wanted to be a paleontologist. In middle school, my bridge was made of sickness. I spent 4 years lying in bed and losing friends. I started to feel better, and my bridge transformed into retro things like VHS tapes and tube TVs. I started to get a handle on my drawing style. By freshman year, I am a potted plant because people took care of me, but not that much. When I left my high school, all my friends said they missed me. At the end of the bridge is now, where there is a welcome mat.
My bridge is made up of bricks. Because sometimes when I feel like it's about to crumble, it'll all be for nothing. Under my bridge is my laziness, my shyness, and my lack of confidence. I tiptoe across so I won't put too much pressure on my bridge and fall into what's underneath. At the edge of my bridge is my success.
I'm introverted because I like to be by myself. And I'm a bookworm because I love to read. I'm like a book with a lock and no key because I'm hard to read.
I am nondescript because I give few explanations. I am a guardian because I am the protector of everyone that I care about. I am a thinker because I'm always fidgeting with endless hobbies. If I were an inanimate object, I'd be a fish tank with more algae than fish. Alive, but not the main attraction.
3 words to describe myself are weird, happy, and intelligent. I'm out of the ordinary. Happy most of the time. I'm smart and I strive to learn. I would be the sky because no matter what time of day, I constantly cast my beauty for the whole world to see.
I am thoughtful because I think of others' feelings and outcomes for different events. I am open-minded because I'm willing to try new things. I am distant because I'd rather smile from afar than frown up close. I am a mask, not willing to show what truly makes me human.
I am outspoken, a leader, and hardworking. If I were an object, I'd be a flower because I'm environmentally aware, conscious, and I grow to my full potential in situations.
I am thoughtful because I am often lost in my thoughts, making my mind full of them. I am caring because I care about others even when they've wronged me multiple times. I would describe myself as passionate because I can get really emotional about the things I care about. If I were an animate object, I would be a book so I could give people an escape when they need one. I'd be a gateway to worlds that are only within one's mind.
Many words to describe me are my talent, singing, acting, and dancing and writing. Creative, because I think outside the box, and funny, because I make people laugh without trying. If I were an object, I'd be a phone, because everyone needs and like their phone, just like everyone needs and like me.
I will be reading for Jamea. I am strategic because before I do a lot of things, I plan them out. I always have a backup plan when my original plan fails. I am intelligent because I have a lot of brain smarts. I might not use them all the time, but I'm like my father.
I am humorous because I find humor in everything. For example, someone had previously told me that people must have repeatedly left my life and hurt me, and all I could think about is sliding an ATM card in public and it being declined. I am sympathetic because people may think I'm dark. I may sound negative at times, but I don't see it that way. I feel for everyone whether I show it or not.
I am empathetic towards everyone who speaks to me about their problems. I am smart because even though I don't think I am, everyone tells me that I am. I am goofy because I'm always smiling and laughing. I do it as a coping mechanism because it helps me forget about my issues. I used to worry about others instead of myself. Now, I'm starting to shift that focus. If I were an inanimate object, I'd be a pencil so that I could erase the mistakes made by others and help them.
I'm funny, tall, happy, and if I was an inanimate object, I'd be a camera so I can capture big moments of life.
I am externally calm even though I can be running in circles in my mind. That helps the people around me and myself. When I look in the mirror and I notice how calm I look, I start to think that the things on the inside may not be so bad after all. I am open-minded. I listen to anything someone has to say. I love hearing different ideas and different points of view. I find it interesting how people think, sometimes even if it's not like me. I am selfless. I find myself worrying about others and putting their needs in front of mine, big or small. Many people don't notice that I get a little mad, but that doesn't stop me from putting the needs of others first. To be honest, I feel like a selfless person, but I don't always act on it.
If I were an inanimate object, I would be a painting that gives a calm, reassuring feeling. I think paintings speak to the mind and often the soul. Ultimately, making something they love, people express themselves through shapes and colors. I would want to be bright, almost like a misty rainbow over the ocean with ripples in the waves with a small sun.
I'm funny because, well, I'm funny. I'm playful because I like playing pranks on people. I'm a homebody because I like having alone time. If I were an inanimate object, I would be a mattress because they're so comfortable. I will also be a vacuum cleaner because I can suck up food.
My favorite word is comprende because I like to use it in a sentence. It can be used as a question verb. If If I were an object, I'd be a computer because I'm smart.
Buddhism says, hurt not others with that which pains yourself.
Hinduism says, treat others as you would yourself be treated.
Islam says, do unto all men as you would wish to have done unto you.
Judaism says, what you yourself hate, do to no man.
Native American says, live in harmony, for we are all related.
Christianity says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yorubans say, one who wants to take a pointed stick to pinch a baby bird should first try it on himself to feel how it hurts.
How can you be scared of what you don't understand if we're all saying the same thing?
Don't assume the worst.
Think before you speak.
Keep an open mind.
The golden rule applies to everyone.
Every day, 8 children and teens die from gun violence in the U.S. alone.
In 1 year, 2,737 kids died from gun violence.
Approximately 3 million American children witness gun violence every year.
I lost a lot of friends to gun violence.
A few years back, a 13-year-old boy lost his life from a gun that wasn't his.
My friend died in the drive-by shooting in 7th grade. Ever since then, the fight went to guns.
What can we do?
Better security on guns at home so kids don't get access.
Better checks and balances for police officers.
Shoot to wound, not to kill.
Use rubber bullets like guards use in prison.
Keep those cameras on.
Stronger background checks and license for people under the age of 21 years old.
Find a way to convince the OGs to end the cycle of revenge. Respect your brothers and sisters.
Don't fuel the fire of hate on social media.
Martin Luther King Jr. said our lives begin to end the day that we become silent about things that matter.
In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends.
Children are dying. People is dying out here. It's getting worse.
Speak up!
I am a handful of love from my family, a sprinkle of kindness from my heart, a cup of confidence from a strengthened mind, a tablespoon of awareness from my family, and a dash of life from the people around me who love me for who I am unconditionally.
I am a handful of love from my parents and 2 cups of creativity from the world around me. I'm an ounce of stubbornness from my grandma and a dash of laziness from technology advancements. I am a pinch of sass from my aunts and a sprinkle of style from my sisters. I'm a 1/4 cup of attitude from my brother. And finally, I'm a big but not a necessary amount of witness.
I am 1 itty-bitty tablespoon of bipolar from my mom, 1/2 cup stubborn from my father, 1/2 cup of empathy from my grandmother, 1 cup of sense from my father's father, not that much, and 1 cup of insecurity from experience alone.
I am a handful of curious from my mother. I am 5 cups of anger from my brother, 3.5 cups of compassion from my sister, 7 cups of independent from my father, 10 cups of funny from my brother, and 4 tablespoons of happy from books.
I am a cup full of humor. I'm about 3 spills away from being too clumsy. I'm a cauldron full of mystery, and just enough smarts to keep the cake rising. Again, I will be reading for Jamea.
One major recipe that makes my family the way they are is love and communication. I honestly feel that my family won't grow without it. I am a cup of love and good memories from my grandmother, a tablespoon of attitude from my mother, a handful of wisdom from my father, a sprinkle of happiness from my sisters, and a dash of joy from my grandfather.
I am a cup of kindness from my aunt, a tablespoon of silliness from my brother, a handful of intelligence from my dad, a sprinkle of craziness from my mom, and a dash of cuteness from my sister.
I'm a cup of laughs from my friends,
A tablespoon of love from everyone. A handful of handshakes from my family. A sprinkle of Asada friendship from Asada. And a dash of LP from Mr. Marvin. Let me see that.
I am a cup of greatness from God, which I received at birth. A tablespoon of curiosity from the wonders of the world and its mysteries. A handful of love given by those who care. A sprinkle of intelligence from the things I've learned in my life. And a dash of worry from the problems I sometimes face.
I am a cup of stardust from the beginning of time. A tablespoon of DNA from every species to have ever existed. A handful of dust scooped up by God. A sprinkle of purpose from the spirit within, and a dash of love for myself and others.
I am a cup of laughter from my mom, a tablespoon of sarcasm from my uncle, a handful of intro from my Uncle Willie, and a sprinkle of wonderlust from my dad.
I have a dash of shyness from my personality, a cup of comedy from myself, a half a cup of goofy from my cousins, and a tablespoon of laziness from my brain.
I am a teaspoon of patience from my mother, a cup of character from my father, a dash of courage from my sister, a sprinkle of knowledge from my experiences, and a gallon of love from my heart.
I am a cup of love from my heart, a tablespoon of words from a book, and a dash of speed from a track.
Empathy is defined as the ability to understand and share the feelings of others.
Too often, the issues of young people are overlooked by peers and adults.
It can cause us to feel misunderstood or alone in the world. Some people don't know how to open up, make themselves vulnerable, and ask for help.
Our internal battles can cause not only emotional stress, but physical manifestations of stress as well.
We can be the change that we want to see in others.
We have to be stronger than the forces that hold us down.
Obstacles can fuel your inner fire.
Remember, you're not the only one going through challenges.
Listen to a friend. Ask a question.
Don't compare. Don't judge.
Be the mirror you want to see.
Instead of talking down to or one-upping someone, be an avid listener.
Say, I hear you.
Hold space for one another.
Notice.
Show up.
Don't be afraid to ask.
What if you were between two worlds?
Held in limbo.
Without your family.
With no place to call home.
Asylum seekers are often victims of
Sex trafficking.
Extortion.
Poverty.
Rape.
Gang violence.
La Sombra Negra, or the Black Shadows, are people who believe that police aren't doing enough, so they take matters into their own hands.
They don't feel safe in their own country.
Sage is a senior in high school. Against all odds, she successfully crossed the border from El Salvador into the United States. Now she needs to go to college to get a job. However, the application process takes up to 10 years. Sage will be 28. What will she do? We can create a better future for Sage and other asylum seekers by
Developing tolerance.
Reforming immigration policies.
Strengthening child protective services. Researching scholarships for undocumented students.
help your neighbor. We're all in one world together.
Trump wants to build a wall that will open 50,000 racist doors.
He turns a blind eye to the shooting of black men. Young white males get rehab for opioids, while young black males get incarcerated for the color of their skin.
Private prisons are the new slavery.
Because of my race, I'm afraid to get pulled over. Because of my race, a white woman walks out of an elevator because I walk in.
Here at Huguenot High School, a white girl said the N-word with the ER is why your people are getting shot up.
We are a nation of immigrants, but he wants to keep us out.
My friends and family could be deported.
ICE could come knocking on my door.
They could take away the translators at the border.
A teacher here at Huguenot says this is not a Spanish class. You're not allowed to speak Spanish.
We have 3 ESL teachers and 1,500 students.
A boy does a Nazi salute to a Jewish girl directly after the shooting in the synagogue.
Almost anyone can carry loaded, concealed firearms almost anywhere in the United States.
In 2018, the U.S. almost had as many mass shootings as days in a year.
He turned freedom into fear.
That fear trickles down to us.
And into our own backyard.
And again, these are Jamea's words. I encountered a challenge in the beginning of the school year when I got into a verbal altercation with one of my professors. She wrote me up and sent my profile to the director of First Impressions. In the midst of the argument, I cursed at her. In the heat of the moment, I meant everything I said, but a couple of days afterwards, I felt bad about what had happened. The whole situation affected me because she wouldn't acknowledge me at all and wouldn't answer my questions. Eventually, I apologized, and I felt really good about myself. She started to acknowledge me more after I did that. What I learned from the experience was that I needed to think before I speak, because I could hurt people with my words.
I grew up watching my favorite TV show. I never liked it at first because it wasn't something I had control over watching. I shared a room at age 9, so I had to. I'm 17 now, and at age 13, I got into that show more. Eventually, I realized what happened in that show happened to me. It took a while for me to process that. It took 2 years. I kind of brushed it off my shoulder until I couldn't anymore. Not knowing what to do or who to tell, I just kept it moving. Little did I know how special that show would be to me. That it was like watching my life on TV. Not knowing what or how to feel, I just suppressed my feelings and started stress eating. I watch new and old episodes to this day and still I feel guilt. I guess I never really dealt with it. It's too much to think about. It took a while to disconnect myself from stereotypes and statistics. I just see myself as me. The good and the bad define me.
In 5th grade, my school had a talent show. Everyone had to participate. I was going to perform in a group or read a basic poem, but I realized I wasn't going to stand out in that way. So I sung and danced by myself, and I won first place. I was so excited when the judges announced my name, and I was very surprised. That was the very first time I ever performed in front of people. But ever since that day, I have been very nervous to perform again. But recently, I just performed as the lead in Once on This Island at my school, and it was a very huge success.
My background ID is that I'm a writer. I love to write any topic from wonderful nonfiction to fiction and fantasy. I love them all. I also write poetry. I've tried to widen my range. I once wrote a poem in French. Writing allows me to free my thoughts for a while. I always write no matter the mood.
I am Jose Cofield, and I am ready for anything. I am Jose Cofield, an acting, singing athlete. I keep the mindset that no one is going to give me anything. In life, if you want something, you have to take it. You are often surrounded by people who simply don't want to see you win. But I, Jose Cofield, have a winning mindset. I, Jose Cofield, love competition. I'm not afraid of the spotlight. I won't back down. You need people like that. I also want the people around me to win. I feel and strongly believe in the same. Teamwork makes the dream work.
right.
In November, I was pulled in a lot of different directions due to not being focused, peer pressure, and the perils of social media. I'd been in ISS for 3 days. It's more fun in school. But if I didn't start coming to class more consistently with a focused attitude, I wouldn't graduate. I'm now more focused in school. When my friends pressure me to skip class, I stand my ground.
When I started writing songs, it really changed the way I see music. I listen not just to the beat, but the message. Artists want you to hear their story. I started because I wanted to show young people that they aren't alone and anyone can achieve their dreams.
A time when I tried something new was when I learned to think for myself. Not only does it help with my decision making, it also keeps my best interest and safety my main priority. This skill taught me to be independent, while also teaching me to live, not survive, which is something that people forget when they don't think.
I changed when my friends started talking about me. I stopped making friends because of this happened. Ever since, I don't talk to people. This happened in middle school and through high school. I try to keep a small circle because of this happened.
I wish I knew my future. A lot of people don't want to know because they're afraid. But I believe my future would be great. I want to try new things, ask questions, get out of my comfort zone, take advantage of opportunities, meet new people, and gain connections. The bright future of Jasmine.
I wish I had the ability to be reality. Teleport, it goes super speed, super speed like the Flash. I believe humans are aliens from the future. I don't believe one person or one thing created everything. If you think so, ask yourself, what created something that created everything, and what created him or her? If such thing exists. The question seems to go on forever. I believe there's no higher power. I wish everyone was equal, but people are greedy.
I wish I knew my mother. Her name, her identity, being able to see what she looks like, what she sounds like, and smells like. I don't know her, and she doesn't know me, because she gave me up for adoption when I was a baby. It makes me wonder if I would struggle with love as much as I do now. I'm 17, and people my age are dating. I mean, I like the idea of dating, but I want my mother. People grow on me, and then they don't. I can love you today and never love you again. People say, well, you have to love yourself first, and oh, boy, is that annoying. Yes, it's true, but no amount of self-love helps to fill the emptiness that has yet to be filled. I love myself more than anything. I love myself enough not to lower my standards for people who don't deserve me. I'm happy in my own space, being by myself. When tough times are present, I would like to be able to depend on someone else. I won't always go to you, but I feel comfortable or trust in you and care about your opinions and feedback. You can have 300 contacts, but not everyone is good for every situation. My fallback person was my mother. Even though I don't know her, I pray she heard me. I believe in hope. No matter how bad things are, they will get better. Believing in nothing makes me believe in something. Feeling so down and lost led me to hope. I choose to not have a faith or religion. I don't want to feel brainwashed by someone's teaching. I believe in God, but I don't believe in the Bible. I prefer to interpret the Bible in a way that applies to my own life, not what religious people think should be done. I believe there are 3 sides to every story: what I know happened, what you know happened, and what actually happened. I believe that millions of people can be put in your life, but only a few mean something to you.
These are Jamaia's words. I wish I could be more open with certain people. I wish I could have more time with people that I will never see again until the afterlife. I believe that there is joyfulness within me. It just takes a lot of time and patience. I believe I can be anything. I believe in the future and a better me.
I hope for, I pray for, I wish for everything. I wish for peace in a world of destruction. I wish for classrooms where I could function. I wish for a star so bright, and even though it's far, to light this world up so bright that no one would have to fight. We'd have nice schools, jobs, nice houses and cars, nice families and nice people all around us. It's no evil. I wish for good and love, with some obstacles along the way. We all would learn a better way to get along, to be friends and smile. All in all, I really just wish I didn't have to wish. There is a lot to let go, there is a lot to keep. If I had to pick one thing, it would be the feeling of regret. Regret from things I have done, the things I didn't, and the things I wish I had. It's not just wishing I could start over, it's more wishing I could learn to accept what has already been done. I will let in love and happiness. I'm not always prepared or willing to let people show me any affection because, from experience, nothing was sincere. Nowadays, people just tell me things I want to hear.
Again, Jamea's words. If I had one thing to let go of, something in my past, it would be my grandmother. She died 3 years ago. Over the years, I couldn't get over the fact that she was really gone. It's gotten to the point that when I talk about her, all I do is smile and reminisce about our time together. There was a time when all I could do was cry and cry. I feel happy when I think of her because I know she's always here for me. One thing I would love to let in is love and happiness. People always tell me I should be more inviting, but I was never much of a people person. Even though both of my parents are in my life, I feel like there isn't really enough love. I've been through a lot. Even though people see me laughing and smiling, it doesn't mean everything is okay. One thing I want to see or receive is attention and honesty. Since I am the youngest of 4, my parents have never been much worried about my well-being. I was always more responsible than my sisters, so they probably thought I had everything by myself. Now that my sisters are away at college, they are really distant with me, and I feel like they don't care or understand me.
There is someone in my life that has hurt me just by making a mistake of getting pregnant with me. She blames me for her troubled past, present, and future. She doesn't love or care for me, and that holds me back from what I need to do. I would like to let go of the person who I would call a burden in my life, my mom. I would like to let in the happiness that comes around, the good days, the good grades, and the good people that come my way. I would also like to let in the fact that I know I'm not everyone's mistakes and regret. I wish I could grow as a person without holding guilt about things that weren't my fault. I deal with the pain that the condition of my mother is my fault, when I know deep inside that it isn't. I believe I can grow to be a successful person. No matter what others say who try to put me down, I look forward to looking back on the past and saying, all my bad days were worth it. I have come to the point where I want to be.
I want to let go of certain people, but I can't. It's like every time I see this particular person, my feelings and everything, and all the time we spent together comes back. It's unhealthy to hold on, but I can't let go. I hope to get better at math, but results don't come from hoping. They come from hard work. So that's what I have to put in. In the future, I want to be happy, rich, and in love.
I wish I could turn back time. Take back the hours I lost with loved ones that I pushed away and didn't appreciate the effort it took for them to deal with me. To keep coming with love when I ignored them with a mind of hatred.
I wish there was more awareness of mental illness in the world. We should have trained counselors in school and give students and adults more opportunities to learn about it.
I wish we could eliminate food deserts by supplying communities with fresh foods and teaching them how to cook and prepare those fresh foods.
I wish to pass on the values of equality and truth. I want my children to value each other and other people as equals, and to be able to put those that look down on others for any reason in their place. I want them to realize that in this world, people will win speeches by saying that they are equal, and saying, not doing, the actions that say that the lowest among us are equal to the highest. and I want them to look those people in the eye and tell them no. It's not that the lowest among us are equal to the highest. It's that the highest among us, when compared to the rest of the creatures and people in this world, are equals when compared to the lowest of us all.
I wish I had more time and resources, but don't we all? Value would no longer be crippled by price, just the work I put in and the outcome I receive.
I was a lost boy, waiting for the hand of a significant other that was never there in the first place. I am a strong individual who's been raised to be a knight of knights, a king of kings, a god among men. I am the wanderer in the night. I am the person that stays from sun up to sundown. I am the pursuer of the unreal. I am knowledge, the tutelage of exploitation. I am a student. I am the knight in wooden armor, ready to take a bullet for my sister. I'm willing to live and die for my little sister. Can you blame me? It's the resolve of an older brother. I am also a great-grandson, ready to help my great-grandmothers in their time of need, ready to feed them and to learn from them with an otherworldly speed. I am also a great-grandson. I will be what rules the future. I will be the bridge between chaos and order. I will be time.
To my youngest brother, to my younger brother, I would say, personality comes naturally, but kindness is something that you have to work for. I'm always here for you, no matter what, and I mean that. It's okay to cry. The kind option is always the right option. Do not tolerate other people's hatred. Do not mourn what others have. Stand up for yourself and value your memories. Don't aim to lose the past.
I love that the high school students that Stage Right works with get a chance to learn about writing, storytelling, performing, financial literacy, which is a nice tie-in to Capital One. And it gets them out of their phones a little bit, and they can express their stories in a longer form than maybe a tweet.
Stage Right is awesome because the school that I attended didn't have anything like this. So a lot of the lessons were just through trial and error, but they have the opportunity to talk to people that were in their position or know, how life works and how you can prepare yourself. So I think it's an awesome program.
Being a graduate of Richmond Public Schools, I am extremely excited every time I see the opportunity to volunteer with Stage Right. When I was in high school, I didn't have these type of opportunities. So when I left high school, I didn't really know how to interview. I wasn't ready for any public speaking, and I definitely wasn't ready for the college essay that I had to prepare in order to get in college.
Going to some of the schools already and seeing some of the same kids who I saw last year, I was already really impressed with Stage Right, but to be able to see the actual results and to know that these kids have grown in that way has been really, really great to see.
I hope that Capital One will continue to support Stage Right, and all of the Capital One associates will feel led to volunteer in the future.
You can definitely see the kids light up. They're really receptive to the program, so I think it's an awesome program, and I would love to see it expanded within other schools as well.
I'm thrilled to be part of it. I'm glad Capital One's a part of it, and I hope that we continue to work with Stage Right going forward.
Dear change, I hate you, but I truly long for you. I wish you could change the way I hate every piece of what I see in the mirror. Sincerely, my agent.
Change. You and I have our ups and downs. A love-hate relationship. You come in and ruin things that I can never undo. Like the fact you took my childhood away. But I can't live without you. You helped me grow. I was a wilting flower. Even though you, the biggest storm around, almost made me drown, you were also the sun that brought the storm to the end. But in the ring, I'll be in charge. Maybe just a little. Peace out and prayer.
Change is everything we are tomorrow and today. Every factor of life falling in and out of play. Catastrophic mental notes. A bookmark in your memory. Where were you when Queen died? Well, I was getting a drink and the news started breaking and my memory did too. That's what change is. It's the glue between reality and you.
Dear Change, you happen at the strangest of times and you have taken so much from me and those I love. You are vicious, unpredictable, and more deranged than karma could ever hope to be. You are also necessary for progress, and regardless of that, you are inevitable because nothing can last forever. I hope that you stay, but really, really want you to go away. Painfully yours, Jamie Hayes.
Thank you for what you have given me. You have allowed me to eat the fruit of your garden. You have allowed me the chance to do good. But with all this bad luck, may I please be pardoned? May I get to feel the warmth of a spring morning? Or will I be witness to a lunar eclipse as a sign of warning? There are false lights, whether it's dark or it's light. Light is light. Thank you for what you have given me. I'm thankful for my life, as I am lucky to appreciate what life truly is. Nature, in one word, is nature.
Dear Change, you, my good sir, are very unpredictable. You are constantly shaping my life, my mind, and my relationships. You bring me various types of emotions, and sometimes I wish I could control you. But even with all that, I'm grateful for you. Sincerely, Ideja James. Escape confusion. Accept, adjust, overcome. Advance, brave, retreat.
Oh, Change, aren't you so consistent with being inconsistent? The reason I seek having courage before life's finished. You teach me to adjust despite me giving up. Sometimes you're good and other times not so much. I like to be exposed to life, no sugarcoating, just blunt.
Where are you? Like, seriously, where are you? When we need you in large doses and you're nowhere to be found, even when bodies hit the ground, anonymously yours.
Change. You wrecked my life. Yes, wrecked it. You fixed me and broke me at the same time. I wish for you to save me, but then you put me more in hell than I am on earth. I'm not even dead. For once, be what I want you to be. Be that light. Be that motion and love. Be those words of motivation, that care and those hugs. Be a need. Be my need, because I need you. I admit I do. I really do, because if you don't save me, who will? Not him, not her, not them, only you.
Alright, so look. Boom. I want to change myself. Not everything, just the parts I don't like. Change is inevitable. Even in death, change doesn't stop.
Dear Change, you're always changing, whether I like you or not. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Sincerely, Jamea.
Transformation change. Let's go get this bread today. $50 cash.
Dear Change, sometimes you are really scary, sometimes I like you, and sometimes I really don't. But I do think change happens for a reason so that everyone and everything keeps evolving. Yours truly, Anaya.
Oh, sweet speaking voice of change.
I have come to you humbled and grateful. You have paved the way for my many different experiences. You helped me to differentiate a loss and a lesson. I finally recognize your intent.
Dear Change, I want my school to change and I want my range to change.
Have a leap of faith. Don't be scared of challenges. Siempre cambia.
If we break down the word transformation, trans means movement and form means shape. Adding ation to the word just makes it a noun as opposed to a verb. So transformation basically means change of shape, meaning it could change your physical shape, transforming from a really buff person to someone who hides in the dark, or it could change your values from cunning and ambition to honor and justice. It could also change your mental state for people who have been abused. If they're getting better, then that is a transformation from bad to good.
Everything is a transformation from child to teen to adult. Everything is a process to living life, learning, and making mistakes.
A big transformation I just went through was about responsibility. Getting to my senior year was huge because I noticed that this will be my last year as a student. I'll be an adult soon, so getting myself ready will be very important.
The first time that I can remember of a transformative event in my head was when I got into the second grade. When I got to the second grade, I noticed that there were a lot of kids being bullied and being talked about because of the way that they were. This made me look at those acts and think of myself, to think, well, what if that was me? Or what could I do to help out that situation? And it made me change myself as a being. It made me mature, in a word.
Transformación significa cuando alguien va a un salón para que miren lo bonito que es. Transformation means when somebody goes to the salon so they can see how beautiful they are.
Transformation is changing, developing and growing over time, and learning from past mistakes. I also think we transform with our minds and bodies.
Transformation to me is changing. I've done a lot of changing during my high school experience. I opened up my shell and started being myself. I started showing my true colors.
Transformation is a process everyone goes through in a particular time of their lives. For example, a flower goes from a hidden, beautyless seed into a blossoming, beautiful flower. But some transformations aren't as simple. For example, a volcanic eruption. All that destruction and heat is such a terrible thing, or some may put it. But after all that, we get a beautiful rebirth.
I was naive and dumb to the facts that the world had to offer. I am now wise and more aware of things. I will be smart in every decision that I make.
I was shy, I am outgoing, and I will be successful.
I was a kid who played all day and did nothing. I am a person who tries his best to succeed, and I will be someone who will help himself and others.
I was in despair, I am searching, I will be found.
I was the shy girl who was nervous and scared to perform in front of big crowds. Now I'm slowly overcoming my fears of being on stage, and I will be a phenomenal performer. Jasmine approved this message.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Bow our heads together. We can all be equal. Bring a stranger to the crowd. We can all teach you. Try to build a wall up. We can all greet you. Put white clothes and colors. We can all bleach you. Put your eggs in a basket. We can all beat you. Like how you try to be famous. How you talk about everybody to be famous. How you talk about weapons, don't know where to aim it. Bow our heads together. We can all pray. like Kung Lao. Puts his hat back on, he's done now. The moon is up, sun is down, I'm done now. Transformation.